Watch this movie. Well, there's a couple movies I've watched more. This is a perfect film. This is essential cinema. This is required viewing. It does so much with so little. It is a slice of life movie that asks the viewer to analyze their life and how they want to be happy. It's a philosophical piece, and the art is top notch. It's a classic.
You give it a 10.
I give it a 10.
Okay. I'm going to give it a 9.5.
Because?
I'm going to give it a 9.5 only because, and I mentioned it earlier, I wish they would have just explained Angela's life a little bit more. And even Carolyn's background.
Minus half a point for lack of character building.
You know.
Wow.
But okay. That's it. That's all.
That's pretty good.
Just those two characters. I wish I would have known a little bit more about their backgrounds.
Yeah.
Because I felt like Angela, it would have been interesting to see her home life.
Yeah.
How was her mother? Is her mother a blonde, blue-eyed, beautiful woman?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or does she even have a mother? Is she only raised by a single dad?
Yeah.
So I would like to see how that would have played out in that. But other than that, everything was perfect. Everything was perfect.
The only thing that's weird about this movie is that if you suggest it to someone, it says a lot about you yourself.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you should go and watch American Beauty. And if people starting out who haven't seen it, you know, my wife included, like, what the fuck are we watching? What is this weird shit? And I'm like, hold on, just like buckle up and stay the whole thing because it's not what you think.
Yeah, yeah.
And
definitely
I think
not what you think.
You become very vulnerable by saying watch American Beauty.
Yeah.
Because it says something about you.
Yeah. Look, I'm a film director. I'm a screenwriter. I don't really give a fuck what nobody thinks. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Very well written, very well shot and directed. I want people to see it because to me, I see it as a piece of art. It's great art. Don't judge it by the content. It's just art.
Shout out to Thomas Newman, cousin of Randy Newman, did the score. Without the score of this like dystopian kind of syncopated marimba thing, I mean, this movie doesn't do as well. Right. Like that music ties together the art in a way that you could just watch it without the talking. You could watch the scenes. You could watch the flowers bloom. Yeah. You could watch the colors of the red being used throughout the film. So
dealing with cinematography, I even love that shot with Rick and Jane walking down that street in the middle of the street.
Brilliant.
I'm like, that's a great shot. That's a cinematographer's shot right there.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, if you don't understand beautiful shots, that's a beautiful shot.
Yeah, yeah. It says so much.
Says a lot.
It says so much.
The name of the show being the main ingredient. I asked all my guests, in your opinion, what was the main ingredient of this movie? The one thing that made you give it a 10? Because you rated it a 10.
The main ingredient is that the opening scene is an unreliable narrator in which we don't know what we're getting ourselves into, and that the actual express narrator is talking from beyond. Lester Burnham's dead.
He's dead.
And he's telling you about it.
Yeah.
And he invites you on a journey. And I think that sets you up for how does someone tell me and what do they need to tell me from the beyond?
Yeah.
And what's important to this character, to this person who's lived a life. I was pulled in from that. And it didn't need to be a murder mystery. It didn't need to be action-packed. It was about people.
Great story.
And the story made it. And the story came from the beyond. In less than a year, I will be dead.
Yeah. That was so dope. It started off like that. That was so, because it caught you from the very beginning.
Punches you right in the face.
I need to watch what happens to make him die in less than a year.
And then you're watching him jerk off in the next scene.
That's funny. My main ingredient for it would be the screenplay. I just love it's very well written. I just think that the writing was perfect. I didn't see any flaws in the writing. Yeah, you could have added certain things, like I said, show a little bit more to cat. But as far as what was written was perfect. It was nice.
So genuine.
It was just genuine.
That was real people.
It was real people. And
you never thought about acting.
Yeah.
People weren't acting in front of you. People were living a life. A very nuanced, real life.
Yeah. It was definitely very well written, very well thought out. You see so many movies, especially from the 90s, We had a lot of good movies in the 90s, but there were a lot of bad movies that just they were hitchy. The stories were hitchy. And jump cuts and just not real. But this one, like you said, it felt like we were watching somebody's life play out in front of us. You know, so I really love the screenplay. To me, that's the main ingredient. I can't see this movie being acted by anybody else than the people that were in it. Like, I can't see anybody playing. Who else is going to play Lester Burnham? Who else is going to do that? I
guess now that we know he's a certified pedophile, he was the man for the job. He was the man. 25 years later, and it's a different story.
See the shit I got to deal with when me and Josh hooks up? You see this shit? Good talking to you, my brother.
I always love our talks. I love talking about film and art with you. Thank you.
For sure, man. I definitely appreciate it, man. We got to do this again.
100%.
Got to pick another movie and do it again. Something we can sink our teeth into like we did with this one.
The movie you and I have talked about the most that I don't know if it's on your list is Falling Down. And I wanted to, in this, say that Falling Down was a movie about society crushing a man from the outside. And that man exploded.
Yeah.
And American Beauty is about society crushing a man in and how that man imploded.
That's why I like talking movies with you. You'll be right here, man.
Anytime.
We're here on the movies. We're here.
Anytime.
Appreciate you once again, my brother. We're going to do it again. I want to thank everybody that's been watching. You know, we just got it in with American Beauty. My boy Josh England, he came through. We're going to get him back in because I know you guys are going to love this episode. So once again, my name is Chris Ellis, Josh England. This is The Main Ingredient with Chris Ellis, and we'll see you next time. Peace.